I'm here with the amazing Matt Cap. Cap, you got a cap on your head, Matt. I know of you to be a hair man, but now you're a hat man.
Just today.
Just for today, and I'm nervous and excited to talk to you. To me, and to everybody who knows what's up, you're like next level game developer, Matt Cap, making so much of the games by yourself. So many intricate secrets and details. I don't know how you think of all of that. Astalon, Tears of Earth is one of them. It's an episode 2 game. Was there an episode 1 that I missed?
Not yet.
I love it. So that's the kind of rascally behavior you engage in on a regular basis, just putting out part 2 of a game before part 1's done. My son said, "Why is he so mean?" We were playing Lovish, your latest game, and like the spikes in 1001 spikes style pop up towards the end of the game, or so you think it's the end of the game. And I told him you made 1001 spikes, or you worked on the remake of it. So Samu Wasada is a creator of 1000 spikes, and then you were on the team for the second one. Devilishly hard, but smart, and Jonathan Blow approved level design. Do you remember when he, like, Jonathan Blow, creator of Braid and The Witness, he friggin' loved it. He called it like his game of the year. You worked on that alongside Samu at Nicalis, and then you've branched off, LabWorks, your own company, putting out Astalon and Lovish. So now people know you. How did I do in introducing you? Did I miss anything?
No, you pretty much hit all the main points.
You're in a rock and roll band too, right?
Indeed, I am. Yeah.
Oh, still rocking? What's the name of your rock band again?
The band's called Mute. So yeah, like we tour internationally. We haven't done much in the last year. Some health issues in the band.
Sure.
But actually, next month we're going to Chile, Colombia, and Brazil, I believe, on a little short tour. And we're actually going to be playing with Pennywise and Millencolin, which were like the two bands from the Tony Hawk soundtrack that I've
Wow,
been into
that's
like
so
my whole life.
cool. That's great.
I'm looking forward to that. Have a lot of work to do before leaving, so I'm hustling as always. Trying to get all the game dev stuff out of the way, uh, so I don't have to bring a laptop on tour.
And you're working on a game as we speak, is that right?
Several games.
Well, one Castle in the Darkness is announced, but part 2. People have been thinking about that forever. That didn't sneak out when I wasn't looking. Like Lovish, your single screen action platformer with a knight named Solomon who looks like a knight from Astalon. Astalon being more of a single screen still, but Metroidvania structure with a big old map and all these fun secrets. And Death kind of being your buddy in a way. Like, I think when I see Death in Astalon, I'm warmed up to it. That was such an innovative thing. Yeah, I'm talking too much. Tell us about how Death works in Astalon before I go on another tangent. People should know. 3 player characters to start with, so you're feeling like, get it. Standard RPG party situation, warrior, archer, and magician. And then Death shows up, and he's a ball of red bubbles with a kind of a cow skull, and he's causing a sort of trouble. How does that work in your game?
So basically, when I started developing Astalon, this is like pre-Labs Works, pre meeting the programmer John. I wanted to make kind of a Metroidvania, but I wanted it to be very different than anything that was out before. So I mean, the end result kind of met halfway between like what people expect and something crazy. But yeah, basically what happens is the wizard has a pact with the Titan of Death. That's Epimetheus. That's the ball of bubbles with the cloud, the cow skull.
Yeah.
And when the player dies, you can spend your soul orbs to like strengthen them and like unlock features of the game, and then you respawn at the start of the tower, which lore wise, it's kind of just like going back and trying again. But you keep all your progress, so like items you found, stuff like that, just stays kind of the same. And you can you get to certain checkpoints with like an elevator, and you can continue from where you left off. And
Right.
it's funny because like all over the internet, people think that like it's a roguelike. I don't know why they say that. It's not a roguelike at all. There's no randomization, but it is kind of a Metroidvania. Just the death mechanic is a little bit different.
And you snuck in a Simon Belmont-esque guy in there, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I've played it. So the tributes are fast and furious. I think of you as the pinnacle of figuring out what people like me liked about NES games and making it fresh and new while also, like, I remember games being better than they are. You make them as good as I remember them.
That's
And
so nice to hear, honestly, because that's what I'm kind of trying to do
it's
with
yeah,
my game design.
Masterfully done. Lovish being the latest, it harkens back to the feeling I would get playing like Adventures of Lolo or Solomon's Key. Am I remembering that one?
on Mylon
Yeah,
Secret Castle. I kind of code them all
right.
together in my brain. Yeah,
Yeah,
you remember.
But good controls, funny, and then suddenly Vampire Survivors too.
Then it's just that with the ghouls. Was that what you were thinking
yeah.
of with the ghouls that show
Exactly,
up?
exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
So it shows me that you are aware of what's going on in games, love them to this day, and also want to carry on the spirit of the games that you loved growing up first, while still not forgetting that other things have happened along the way. So it was a masterful touch. Tell me, why is the game called Love-ish? That's what girls used to tell me when I was in my 20s. I'd be like, I love you. And they're like, I love-ish you. I'm like, it's not going to work out, is it? So why is it called Love-ish?
Well, I'm not too sure. I think I dreamt it actually, uh,
Yes.
but it's like with Lovish, it's kind of weird. Like every other game that I've worked on really took a lot of deliberation, right? Like planning and reiterating stuff and getting feedback and changing stuff and doing it again and again and again. But with Lovish, I wanted to make something simple. And when I had an idea that was like kind of kind of weird, but like good but strange, I would just throw it in there. So I mean, that's pretty evident in the cutscenes, in like the cameos, like everything is just wacky. And the name of the game is kind of the same thing, right? Like it just like I think I dreamt it, or like I was thinking like how funny it would be because it kind of sounds like rubbish, especially in Japanese.
Right. I hadn't thought of that. And the title is Japanese lettering first, and then the English is kind of under it, which makes people think it's a Japanese game first. But it's what? And is that the first time? I don't feel like that's the first time you've done that, led with the Japanese text.
Usually, the Japanese is the subtext,
Mm.
but yeah, like it was all for the joke.
Uh-huh.
Like that's basically it. Yeah, I mean, we do work with people in Japan, like our publishers are in Japan, and Ryusuke Mita, who's the manga artist that did Dragon Half,
Yeah.
he did character designs for both Astalon and Lovish. Um, so we have people over there as well. The team is expanding slowly, which is cool. But what we're trying to do now is like make more stuff more often, or at least have like news,
Mm.
because these games really take a long time to make when the team's tiny.
Mhm.
And then years go by, right? And it seems like, oh, we just released something, but like Astalon came out like at this point like 5 years ago, which is
Oh
insane.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
And it's a big sprawling game. I think one of the things that frustrates me, because I always want the people I think are the best to make the most money. And you are doing well, from what I can tell, but you aren't as turbo rich as some game developers who've made some stuff. I don't want to slag off on them, but my 10-year-old will play a mobile game where it's like one touch jumping, and it's fine. And then I'll find out it made like, sold 20 million copies or something. I'm like, why? They didn't really think about it that hard. Your games, people think, I think from the outside, that you are so loyal to the source material, so to speak. They don't always know how wild you get after you get started. And Lovish, I love introducing people to it already because it doesn't take long before you get to your first cutscene in between a stage. And maybe you're just suddenly playing an entirely fun and pretty fleshed out Game Boy game with 3 items, and it's just now you got a bonus game in there, and then or later on the ghouls I talked about happen, or it turns into a turn-based RPG. So within, I don't know, 5 or 6 levels, you're gonna see like you can't judge a book by its cover. It may look in screenshots like a simple action platformer, but there's a lot underneath the hood, and even more so after you start going back into old levels to find the secrets. Like I got through the game itself fairly quickly, but then I just got compelled to just look for more hidden stuff in every level, and there's so much stuff. You planted so much stuff in there. So was that originally the plan, to have it be that detailed underneath the hood? Or did you initially want to do something quick to just kind of palate cleanse and give somebody someone a short romp to play?
Yeah, like it was supposed to be a lot smaller at first, actually. Like I remember, like the first design was only supposed to be 30 stages.
Mhm.
And then it grew to 50, then it grew to 70,
Uh-huh.
and then I added all the stuff afterwards. So and originally it was 1 crown per stage, like
Oh.
just the secret one. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like Lovish was the most fun I've ever had working on a game, just because
Mm.
there was no one telling me like, don't do that. That's going to take too much time, or that's too stupid, or that won't fit, or whatever. I just did it all, right, and then it just became what it was. And at some point, I kind of had to like pull the brakes, because I have so many more ideas, but like I'd like to make a sequel at some point. And when that happens, I didn't want feature creep to like cripple me now,
Yeah. That makes sense. It definitely feels like it was really fun. Did it feel like work, or was the level of freedom you had, did it just keep propelling you and reinvigorating you in terms of inspiration? Because I could never think of all that stuff. I'm a fairly creative person, but the amount of ideas packed into that game is just bananas, given how small it looks from the outside. So did it ever like start to feel like a chore to make it, or was it fun pretty much throughout?
It was fun pretty much throughout. There was one thing that was a huge chore,
Yeah.
and it has to. It's terrible. I'm getting PTSD already just thinking about it.
Oh no.
Uh, yeah, but I mean, I'll just let it loose now.
Mm.
All the text in the game is image files.
Really?
So yeah, like most of the time you have a font and the game will just write out the text, right? That's
Yeah.
the smart way, the normal way to do it. Um, but because a font text wouldn't display or write itself out the way I wanted it to, and it wouldn't display the same way in all screen resolutions across all platforms and in all languages, I decided to do the stupid thing and make every text string an image file. So if you can imagine like how many cutscenes there are, all the level names, the item descriptions, and everything, 10 languages.
Yes.
Yeah, like me and like a helper had to do all that and make in Photoshop and just save these text
Oh my
images.
god. Oh, it hurts. So for those who haven't played it, there's so many cutscenes, and there's shops, and there's 2 or 3 endings. There's at least 2 endings. I believe there'll be a third one once I get 150 crowns and some moons and whatnot. Not to spoil it. So that hurts my body thinking about. Was it just tedium, or was it also as time consuming as, like, would you say it took like a fifth or sixth of the dev time just to do that?
Probably not so much, but
Good. Phew.
with every crappy task, it ends up just feeling a lot longer than than it actually
Yeah.
is. I mean, I think we knocked that out maybe in 2 weeks or something.
Like working nonstop on it? Yeah. Oh, brutal. Well, my heart goes out to you, and thank you for your service. Yeah, it means a lot. Salute you for that. It's something people have been asking me still about is 1001 Spikes. I reviewed it on Destructoid like shortly after it came out. I gave it a huge glowing review because I absolutely loved it, and I know that you worked on aspects of it. I don't know if I've ever asked you directly. Did you make the kind of extra game in there where you go up a big old tower? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know, yeah, the Tower of Nanar, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a
Yeah,
little while.
no,
The tower.
I actually I didn't have anything to do with the design of that game. So when I was working, I think I was just working on character animations and then cutscenes. I think
Ah,
pretty sure that's all I was doing.
That's so interesting because it feels like a game that, like, since then you've designed games that definitely feel like 1001 Spikes. So I just assumed you had designed some of the extra levels as well. Is that because you like the game so much that it influenced your design style, or is it not at all related?
Probably a little bit of both. I'd like to think that that me and Samu, the creator of 1001 Spikes, had like super similar inspirations growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like that, I think 1001 Spikes. Like when I started working at Nicalis, it was for the Binding of Isaac. That was like the preconcept. Like I was hired to work on the Binding of Isaac, but
Sure.
uh, between when I was hired and when we actually started working on Isaac, that's when I worked on 1001 Spikes. So that was actually like my first like game dev job, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, what a great project to start on.
Yeah, no
And
kidding, eh? Like that's it was really awesome.
yeah, and they were going to. Nicholas announced 1001 Spikes, I think EX, and had like a box art for it. I got sent some stuff from Tyrone Rodriguez of Nicholas of bonus characters that were going to be in the game at some point. I can't remember if we printed it in Nintendo Force because he just sent it to me. We might have. I can't, but it seemed such like a sure thing. Like Nicholas owns the rights. The game is something everybody loved within Nicholas. It seemed like it seemed to do pretty well critically. And then the new version just never came out. Have you heard anything about if it might come out, or do you have any inside scoop on that?
So I don't have any inside scoop, unfortunately, but I can say that Tyrone was showing it at a Bit Summit at some point. So for those listeners who don't know what that is, it's like an indie game conference or festival in Kyoto, Japan that happens once a year. And then one year, when I was there showing Astalon, it must have been 2020 maybe or 2019.
Mm.
Uh, Nicholas was there, and they had 1001 Spikes EX, and they were showing it. So like at this point, I already wasn't working there.
Right.
So yeah, that's all I saw about that game. And then at some point, I think on Twitter, Tyrone posted a video of like a really upgraded version of that. It looked totally different, and that's public. I don't have a link, unfortunately. Um,
I'll look for it.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hope it's still in development. I mean, it looked really good.
Was that like years ago or recent ago? How, like 2 years, 3 years?
I'm not too sure actually. Like,
I gotta journalize and get to the journal and look it up and do my own reporting. Not
Not
look, I'm sure I can find it and I can send it to you. But yeah, if I look for it now, I'll just I'll be all over the place.
That's okay. Yeah, I appreciate you focusing on me for now. I appreciate that. So you weren't working on that newish version, but your old artwork was still involved, from what you could tell.
I'm not too sure actually.
Really?
Yeah, it looked like everything was redone last that I saw it.
Wild.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll have to get looking. So what can you tell us about your future? Lovish is out and about. People should absolutely play it. And have people found all the secrets in it, as far as you know?
They have not. They have not
Really?
found all the secrets. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's something for us to be excited about for the future, to see if we can find more in there. You would like to make a sequel, but it sounds like there's other games you needed to get to in order to
Yep.
pause on Lovish for a little bit. You had to like release Lovish in order to get back to work on yet other games. Can you tell us anything about what else you're working on?
Yeah. So the next thing that's already been announced that I'm able to talk to is Castle in the Darkness 2. So
Right.
Castle in Darkness was the first game that I made by myself in 2015, I believe. And Nicholas had published that then. Like I kind of started working on a sequel right away, and it's like, I mean, maybe there was like a few years off, not off, but that I worked on other stuff. But me and Simon Parser, who he also worked on the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. He was the lead programmer, and I was the lead artist. we're working together to make Astalon Darkness 2. And it's coming along super smooth. I like so many people I see commenting on stuff, and they're like I'll post something about Lovish or Astalon even when that was coming out, and people just be like what is this? Like, where's Castle in Darkness 2? Like we don't want this. We want that. We want, like, go finish that. And it's like, we've been working on it. Like I double time all the time, you know? Like I love making games and stuff. So for anyone listening that is aware of Castle in Darkness 2 and is upset that it's not out yet, just please be patient. It's coming. It's very, very good. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, but you'll see. Like we're really like trying to make it like as smooth as possible in every way, and yeah, it's coming along. It's not been delayed for any reason in particular. It's just it uses a custom engine, so it's like super like smooth is the right word. Like picking it up and playing it is it just feels like smooth and fast and good. So I think people will enjoy that a lot. And then in addition to that, oh man, I'd like to spill the beans. I really would.
Can you hint? Can you use words that sound like the words you want to say, like splegasplan, or Splasylvania? Just put splash in there, and nobody will know. It's
secret.
Super splash, bro. No, no, I can't. But you know, a lot of people, you know, in addition to commenting and wishing that Castle in Darkness 2 came out instead of Lovish and all that, there's a lot of people that really want more Astalon, because it's like highly regarded as like one of the best Metroidvanias of that year by a lot of people. And we hear you. I'll say that much.
And Lovish, I thought it was just a Astalon spinoff because Solomon looks so much like the warrior from Astalon, but they are two separate worlds, right?
Lovish,
a little bit more of a Final Fantasy 1 parody with Solomon's party, whereas Astalon is a post-apocalyptic world after the humanity has destroyed itself, but then it becomes medieval fantasy-esque with magic, but also like mutants and awful times and a Mothman.
Yeah. It's kind of I always intended for Astalon to be like super serious and grim, not like, you know, Bloodborne or whatever, but like just a little bit less happy in general. As for Lovish, it's the complete opposite. It's only jokes. And I like to think of the Lovish universe as being like kind of like Smash Bros, where people from other places can make an appearance and they belong there, kind of, but like you know, like it just fits because they all exist in this like parody world.
Yeah, I laughed out loud at the Mugenics joke, the second one, because the professor in Mugenics' hair looks like the wings on the helmet of Solomon, who he can use to do a little flutter jump in order to get over stuff.
For sure. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one. I thought that was funny. And yeah, I mean, well, speaking of which, Mugenics is killing it.
Yes, I know. That is one that was such a thrill for me after all of the pain that Edmund went through in order to get it done, like 15 years or so, to have it just be a smash hit right out the gate. Like, it made me feel like sometimes justice is served and things go right for the right people. And you...
That's like Edmund's Castle in the Darkness too. You know, in development forever, and then people really like it. So, look, with any luck, it'll be the same for us when our game comes out.
Yeah, and Mugenics, he started working on it forever ago, and then he made The End Is Nigh and like a bunch of, you know, some like card games, Isaac card game. Likewise, I hope folks know that with the creative process and the game development process, which also involves like programming and all sorts of like weird science I can only sort of comprehend, you can't just like... It's not like just mowing the lawn, like you just keep working on it and then it's done. Like, you also need to wait for moments of inspiration, and you may come up with an idea and work super hard on it and then be like, actually, that didn't work out. So I need to start again. Like, you can't rush the kind of creativity that you need to make a truly special game. So I'm always relieved when a developer says, like, the game's coming out good. I'm not like struggling. It's just Rome wasn't built in a day, and because I'm taking my time with it, I'm not just rushing it out. And those are the games that usually are most regrettable. So I'm happy you're taking a while, and I'm excited to play it when it's done.
Cool, thank you. I think you're gonna like it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
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 You've got me pegged for sure. Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything we missed or anything you wanted to talk about that I didn't jump on? I want to know all the secrets, but I can't find out more secrets.
Well, as far as Lovish goes, I think it's gonna be a very, very long time till someone finds that secret, that final secret. Like, I wish I could talk about more projects. Honestly, there's some cool stuff in the works. In addition to that, but yeah, like, everyone listening, please go out and buy Lovish. There's a demo on Steam. It doesn't represent the game that well. I think I can say that. I mean, it's, but you can tell if it works.
It's the prologue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it shows you the feeling. It shows off the graphics. I love the boss at the end of the prologue, who then shows up as like an annoying buddy, or kind of like Mr. Mxyzptlk or Rumpelstiltskin style, befouling you as you're trying to go on your way, the space wizard. But yeah, in general, I don't think a demo could do the game justice, because so much of it is about thinking you figured it all out, and then finding out there's another layer on top of that when you go back to a level, and then another layer and another layer. So you got to trust in Matt Cap and just buy the game. It's not that expensive. What is it, $15?
Yeah, and it was on sale. But if you didn't buy it while it was on sale, now it's full price. So you can wait for the next sale, or just skip your Starbucks for the day.
Yeah, but just for that day. Because it is about a coffee and a sandwich worth of Starbucks right there.
If anything, you can consider Lovish to be the demo for the potential sequel.
Right.
I think that's more of a good comparison.
Get in on the ground floor. You don't want to be one of those Johnny-come-latelys who's playing Bloodborne 10 years later. You want to get on the new Bloodborne now, and it's Lovish.
Jonathan, I haven't played Bloodborne.
It's pretty good.
That's me. I know.
It's got layers like Lovish. The tone is completely different, of course, and it's it's like a plodding 3D Castlevania kind of, except classier. And there's plagues. You'd probably like it.
You would make a great 2D
would,
Bloodborne.
You could make Is that what you're secretly working on, a 2D Bloodborne?
No. You know what? I kind of feel that, like, a lot, like, it's so overdone at this point. Like, every Metroidvania is trying to kind of do the Bloodborne thing. And I played Blasphemous. I thought it was amazing, but it's been made.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so like I kind of want to focus on like any of like Labs Works games to feel not like what else is out there. And I think it's been kind of working. Like, Astalon doesn't feel like any other Metroidvania. And Lovish, kind of like with the one screen, like quick stuff. There's not really anything else like it that I'm aware of. So I want to keep doing stuff like that. Like, it's nostalgic in a way, but it's like different than that same nostalgia that other people kind of filtered and made their own thing using. So
you're nailing it. That's exactly what you're doing. So thank you again for doing it. And Matt, so nice to talk to you again. Hopefully we talk again soon.
I hope so. This was fun.